All right, here's another one for you. So Hosea says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge because they have rejected knowledge. Basically, they reject God, they reject Jesus, and they're destroyed. So here's a little bit of knowledge for you. So according to the mathematical probability of the Big Bang, the odds of us being here is 1 in a trillion. So that's 10 to the 18th power. So a 1 with 18 zeros. But they say it's only an estimate due to their limited understanding of abiogenesis. So if you don't know what abiogenesis means, that is life from non-life. They use fancy words and phrases like limited understanding, basically saying we don't know how it worked because it didn't work. The only way it works is God saying it happens. God spoke, we're here. So that's one way to explain it. If you don't believe it, if you want to go with science, so here's, I talked to somebody one time about the odds of the Big Bang and us being here and how the odds are very low. And he said, well, we know it happened at least once. And I laughed at first because I thought he was joking. And I realized he was serious. I was like, okay, so that's like me saying I magically shrunk myself and sent myself to your phone. And you're sitting here watching me in your phone. So that must be how it happened, right? It doesn't make sense to me, but I try to be patient. So evolution, Big Bang, carbon dating, they all go off of assumptions, right? And so people want to say things like, oh, carbon dating. And it sounds great, sounds smart. But if you ever actually look into it and read, the actual science and the literature on these things. So the National Center for Science Education, the NCSE website, I was reading it. Carbon dating is accurate to about 50,000 years. Yet when I was in school, they said, oh, dinosaur bones, we carbon date them and they're millions of years old. But the website says, no, 50,000 years. But if you keep reading lower, there's a Q&A section. And one of the questions was, hey, coal, oil, and natural gas are all supposed to be millions of years old. So how is there carbon-14 in them? The answer, very simply, it's only accurate to 20,000 years, and that's just contamination. Well, if it's contamination, then how do you know all your other readings are accurate? So, again, where did carbon dating come from? All right, you want to trust the science? Let's trust the science and what they say. So carbon dating was developed in the late 1940s. When exactly, I can't find. But they said that in the future, we won't be able to carbon date modern stuff. A Viking tunic will read the same as a modern day t-shirt because of what they call the bomb effect, all right? With all the nukes we've been lighting off. Well, when was the first nuclear bomb? Oh, that was tested July 16th, 1945. So they developed carbon dating at the same time they were doing nukes. But then they say that the carbon dating can't be accurate because of the nuclear radiation that we put into the world. Yet we're supposed to trust the science. I don't know, that makes sense to me. So you think what you want. Just my thoughts.